What? Shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we on without apology?
No, without book prologue, faintly spoke after the prompter for our entrance. But let them measure us by what they will, we'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Give me a torch. I am not for this ambling. And being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you
But
done.
not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles, but I have a soul of lead. So stakes me to the ground, I cannot move.
You're a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore enpierced with his shaft to soar with his light feathers, and so bound I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love. Too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorns.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
Come, knock and enter, and no sooner in, but every man take his legs.
A torch for me. Let wantons, light of hearts, tickle the senseless rushes with their heels. But I'll be a candle holder and look on. Game was now so fair, and I am done.
If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the mire, or sake of reverence, love, wherein thou stickst up to the ears. Come, would burn daylight, ho!
Hey, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay, we waste our lights in vain, like lights by day.
And we mean well in going to this masque, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
So did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She's the fairy's midwife. It comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman. Drawn with a team of little atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes, made of long spinner's legs. The cover of the wings of grasshoppers. The traces of the smallest spider's web. The collars of the moonshine's watery beams. Her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film. Her wagoner, a small grey-coated gnat, not half so big as a round little worm pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot, an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel or old grub. And in this state, she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream on love. Our courtier's knees, who dream on curtsies straight. Our lawyer's fingers, who straight dream on fees. Our lady's lips, who straight on kisses dream, which are the angry man with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweet meats tainted are. Sometime she gallops o'er a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit. Sometimes she come with a tithe pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose as he lies asleep. Then dreams he of another benefice. Sometimes she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breaches, ambuscados, Spanish blades of health, 5 fathom deep, and then anon drums in his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frighted, swears a prayer or two and sleeps again. This is that very Mab, that plats and mains of horses in the nights and bakes the elf locks in foul sluttish hairs. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and learns them first to bear. This is she.
Peace. Peace, good Mercutio, peace. Thou talk'st of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind, who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered puffs away from thence, turning his side to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done. We shall come too late.
And I fear too early. For my mind misgives some consequence yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin this fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death.
You are welcome, gentlemen.
Go. What lady is that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night like a rich jewel when the dawn ventures near. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. It so shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady or her fellows shows the measure done. I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers make blessed by a rude hand. It did my heart love till now, forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his livery, should be a Montague. I'll fetch my rapier. What dares the slave come hither, covered with an antique lace, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now, by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Wine, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe. A villain come hither in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis that same villain, Romeo.
Content be, gentle cause. Leave him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman. Say truth, Rona brags of him as a virtuous and well-governed youth. Here in this house I will do no disparagement. Therefore, be patient. Take no note of him. It is my will, which if you respect, show a fair presence and put off these frowns and ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
'Tis fitting when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
Oh, he shall be endured. I say he shall go too. You will not endure him? Go too, go too. Am I the master here or you? Go too. Oh, you will not endure him. Would you make mutiny among my guests? Sit a coxcomb? Would you send them wild and go with him? Ha!
Why, uncle, 'tis a shame!
Oh, go too, 'tis so indeed. Bear with me. This may chance you scathe. I know it. But you will contrary me. You will go against me. Oh, you be quiet, or I will make you quiet.
Patience perforce with willful choler meeting makes my flesh tremble in this different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitter gall.
You know.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle fine is this. With my lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Pilgrim, you do wrong your hands too much. Which mannerly devotion shows in this? For saints do have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and hand to hand is holy Palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do, for they pray. Grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, or my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by thine, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sins that they have took.
Sin from thy lips, oh, trespass sweetly erred. Give me my sin again.
Kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother does crave to speak with you.
What is her mother?
Married bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house, and she is a kind lady, a wise and virtuous. I tell you, he that has hold of her shall get the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account. My life is my foe's debt.
Away! Begone, the sport is at the best.
Aye, so I fear, the more is my unrest.
Hey, gentlemen, prepare not to be gone. 'Tis even so. I'll to my rest.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo! Romeo! He ran this way and leaped this orchard wall. Call him, good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo! Humours! Madman! Passion! Lover! Appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme and I am satisfied. Cry but I me. Pronounce but love and dove. He heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her straight foot, her fine leg and her quivering thigh, and the domains that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
Ah, this cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise some spirit in his mistress' circle of some strange nature, letting it there stand, till she had conjured it and laid it down. That was some spite. My invocation is fair and honest, and in his mistress' name I conjure only but to raise up him.
Come, he hath hid himself among these trees to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now will he sit under a medlar tree and wish his mistress was that kind of fruit as maids call medlars when they laugh alone. Ah, Romeo, that she were. Oh, that she were, an open arse and thou a popper in pear. Romeo, good night. I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here that means not to be found.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home last night?
Not to his father's.
That same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline torments him so, that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
Challenge? On my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master. How he dares, being dead.
Alas, poor Romeo. He's already dead. Stabbed with a white wench's black eyes. Run through the ear with a love song. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what's Tybalt?
More than Prince of Cats, I can tell you. He's a courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick song. Keeps time, distance, and proportion. Rest me his minim rest. 1, 2, and the third in your bosom. The very butcher of a silk button. A duelist. The immortal passado. The punto reverso. The high.
The what?
The very pox of such antic, lisping, affecting fantasticos. These new tuners of accent. By Jesu, a very good blade, a very good whore. Why, is not this a lamentable thing, grandsire? That we should be thus afflicted with these strange flies, these fashion mongers, these pardon me's, that stand so much on the new form that they cannot at ease on the old bench.
Here comes Romeo. Here comes Romeo.
Signor Romeo, bonjour. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. And what counterfeits did I give you?
The slip, sir, can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great. And in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
Meaning to a curtsy?
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Oh, come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faint.
I'll cry a match.
Why, is this not better than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature. But this drivelling love is like a great natural that runs lolling up and down to hide his bauble in a hole.
Here, stop there.
Thou desirest me to stop in my tail against my wish.
Thou wouldst else have made thy tail long.
Oh, thou art deceived. I would have made it short. For I was come to the whole depth of my tale and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
Gorgie? Gorgie! Good morrow, gentlemen.
Good e'en, fair gentlewoman.
Oh, is it good e'en?
'Tis no less. For the bawdy hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Oh, out upon you. What a man are you?
And one gentlewoman which God hath made himself to mark.
Gentlemen? Can you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
But I can tell you. Well, young Romeo may be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. And I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well?
Yeah, it's the worst. Well,
If you be he, sir, I desire a confidence with you.
I will follow you.
farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, ladies. Lady.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot. The Capulets are abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. For now, these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps me his sword upon the table and says, God send me no need of thee, and by the action of the second cup, draws him on the drawer, when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come, thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any initially, and as soon moved to be moody as moody to be moved.
And what two?
Nay, no, two such we shall have none shortly, for one should kill the other. You? Why, thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason but because thou hast hazel eyes. Thou hast quarrelled with a man for coughing in the street, because he hath awakened thy dog that hath lain asleep in the sun. Didst thou not fall out with the tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter, and another for tying his new shoes with old ribbons, and yet thou wilt tutor me from quarrelling?
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Good in, gentlemen. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us. Couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consorts with Romeo.
Consort? What, dost thou make us minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us look to hear nothing but discord. Here's thy fiddlestick, here's that'll make you dance. Consort?
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw unto some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here, all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man, I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here is my man.
Well, I'll be hanged, sir, if he wear your livery. Go before to field, he'll be your follower. Thou worship, in that respect, may call him man.
Romeo, the hate I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore, farewell, I see thou know'st me not.
Boy, this will not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise. And so, good Capulets, which name I tender as dearly as my own, be satisfied.
Oh, come! Dishonourable, vile submission! Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What would you have with me?
Ah, good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives, that I would make bold withal, and as you shall use me hereafter, try beat the rest of the 8. Come, wilt thou pull thy sword out of its scabbard by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears ere it be out.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your bravado.
Gone!
Come on.
Hold, Tybalt.
Yeah? Yeah? Champion.
Good Mercutio.
I'm hurt. A plague on both your houses. I am sped. You see, God, I have nothing.
What art thou hurt?
I scratch. Scratch, Mary. Tis enough.
Courage, man. The hurt cannot be much.
Tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. Oh, I'm peppered, I warrant, for this world. A plague on both your houses. What? A dog? A rat? A mouse? A cat just scratch a man to death? A braggart? A rogue? A villain that fights by the book of arithmetic? Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague on both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it. And soundly too. Your houses